The Random Acts series started about 5 years ago, and it's basically shows that don't really fit under the Performing Artists Series moniker. It's shows for everybody, for people of all ages. They're held both in the main theater and in the studio, smaller theater space, and so it's just sort of a mishmash of different kinds of entertainment. And we're opening that series this year with a wonderful Australian magician by the name of James Galea. He's going to be here on Sunday, September the 12th. You may have seen him if you're an Ellen watcher. He's been on Ellen DeGeneres a couple of times now. She really enjoys him. And he has some amazing tricks that I defy you to figure out. His major show is called I Hate Rabbits, so as you might guess, he's not your typical magician. He's more of a sleight of hand, kind of card kind of guy, but I think you'll really enjoy seeing him perform live at Stalker. And then we move from there to Motown. Everybody loves Motown. We have the American stars in concert doing Motown plus their hits. They're 4 former American Idols contestants. Lakeisha Jones, Alexis Grace, David Hernandez, and Michael Sarver are scheduled to be here at Stalker. And they'll intermix those Motown hits with their own hits from their own CDs. Then on November the 18th, we have the Improvised Shakespeare Company. These gentlemen do full Shakespeare plays based on audience suggestions. They play all of the roles as was true in Shakespeare's time. They were all gentlemen. And I think that they go for a little bit more of the comedy, even in the tragedies, than Shakespeare might have done. So if you love Shakespeare and you want to enjoy it in a new light, this is the show for you. In January, on January 29th, on a Saturday night, we have the New York Gilbert and Sullivan players doing I've Got a Little Twist. It's a cabaret show that involves 6 of the people from New York Gilbert and Sullivan, the actual players. They'll do part of all of the Gilbert and Sullivan repertoire, as well as songs that have come into musical theater that were influenced by Gilbert and Sullivan. So it should be a great evening of wonderful music. On February 10th, we have former football player Bo Eason. He used to be a safety for the Houston Oilers back in the 80s. He's now written a one-man play called Runt of the Litter. It's based on his own life and the fact that his brother was a bigger guy and was a quarterback for another team that was quite successful. Bo Eason's play is now being made into a motion picture, but Bo will be here live performing his one-man show, Runt of the Litter. The final random act this year, that's not a family event, will be on March the 19th. It's the making of My Fair Lady. It's our own musical theater project from Cleveland. They are doing a whole series of shows giving the inner secret story of how musicals came to be in the theater. It wasn't necessarily the easy ride that everybody thinks it was. So come and hear the inside scoop on how My Fair Lady came to be.